a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
All right, welcome to the show. Thanks so much for spending some time with us here. We'd love to be your consumer advocate, help you make smart decisions, make you a more informed consumer, making you more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. 10 years on air, celebrating 10 years on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And we've got a great lineup for you today. Man, I tell you, we're jam-packed today. We got a lot of wood to chop here. Shane Socash coming on the program. David Reynolds, Jewelry and Coin. Alex Lima, Black Belt Fitness and Martial Arts. Nick Shriver, Decorating Elves. And rounding out our expert contributor panel, Hours Creole, Doug Clark, Hours Creole. Quick shout out to Replenish IV Solutions, longtime friend of the show. If you are thinking about boosting your immunity and how can you do that? Well, I go once a month and I get the vitamin infusion drip directly into my bloodstream. Vitamins. Think about the Myers cocktail is very popular, very similar to getting C vitamins, Bs, all the good stuff, zinc, all that into your bloodstream. ReplenishIVSolutions.com. Say hello to Stephen or Lisa Gunnan. Multiple Bay Area locations, but they can also go to your home or office. Replenish IV Solutions. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. All right, we always feature our listings on air. Part of our strategy is to maximize the exposure and the profit on the sale of our real estate for our sellers, and we do that by featuring our real estate properties on the program. We got a couple of hot listings here in Tampa Bay. Check out this new waterfront property in St. Pete. This one's 6441 4th Palm Point, St. Pete Beach. Beautiful property, waterfront. Bring your boat. You got a boat dock back there. Beautiful pool. Almost has that infinity edge type of pool look where you're looking out past the pool and then you're looking at the bay there, Boca Ciega Bay. 6441 4th Palm Point, St. Pete Beach, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,880 square feet. Beautiful location. You have a spacious kitchen for entertaining. Opens up to the dining room and the living room. Barreled tile roof, which was replaced in 2017, so relatively newer roof. Hurricane-rated windows, 75 feet of water frontage. Great opportunity to own real estate right here in beautiful Pinellas County, Tampa Bay. 6441 4th Palm Point, St. Pete Beach. Hot listing here in Tampa Bay. 2907 North Florida Avenue, commercial property for sale from the Platinum MVP team. We have a large commercial building, 12,000 square feet, 7,200 heated, and it's a 0.72 acre lot, North Florida Avenue in Tampa, close to downtown. Great opportunity. You have a smaller building that's currently leased out, bringing in about $6,500 a month in income. You have building 2, which is your larger building. It's decked out with all the essentials. You have opportunity to have a showroom, have a either a warehouse set up, what used to be a fishing store with a boutique and all that in there. You have office spaces in there as well. 2907 North Florida Avenue in Tampa. $2.8 million asking price. Great opportunity to buy real estate here in Tampa Bay. And you can see all of our real estate listings at PlatinumCoastalElite.com.
This is God's country.
All right, we're going to the phone lines here. We got Shane Socash back on the show. David Reynolds, Jewelry and Coin. Shane, what's new in your world, my friend?
Hey, Brandon. Just sorting my gold coins over here.
Oh, I bet, man. I like it. I love it. So, hey, look, let's jump right into the stats here. I mean, you have record numbers of purchases of gold this year and this past year. You have central banks buying up precious metals, primarily gold, in record numbers. And I think you're seeing that also on a local level here in Pinellas.
Yeah, so 2023 was like absolutely insane. By far our biggest year ever of selling bullion. I told you we had several above $1 million transactions in gold bullion this year.
Wow.
And it's bigger than any year ever. And then conversely, as an indicator of just like personal finance, we are buying like unbelievably. It's just like every coin collection in the Central Florida, I think, has made it to our store in the last few days. It's just insanity.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I think a lot of that's due to your reputation. I mean, you are known as the area's go-to for all things gold, silver, platinum. You have lots of great services, diamond as well, buy, sell, trade.
Yeah, from your lips, something seems to be working because we're buying night and day, basically. And, we do all the services, everything related to jewelry, from repairs to custom jewelry to appraisals to buying and selling. We got it all covered.
Yeah, I like that. Talk to me about coins, because sometimes people can have coins and they're not really sure, but some of these coins can be worth a lot more than face value.
Yeah, that's for sure. Your average family has a jewelry box or a shoe box somewhere that has a stash of coins that they're not really sure, what's what. And that is what we do pretty much all day from the time we open till the time we close, is sort through people's, box of things they're unsure about, but they suspect has some value. And it's like we go through, bring out a couple of trays and organize everything and give the values of everything on the tray, let them know what we would pay, why we're paying that, and then at the end of it, they're welcome to walk or sell it to us.
Yeah, hey, you make the offer, and on the appraisal side, that in real estate, appraisals are a key determinant of the transaction, and I imagine also when you're looking at precious metals, golds, coins, even paper money, you got to try to put a number on those items. How do you go about that? How do you have the background for that?
Yeah, so it's kind of what we do every day. We belong to every industry organization and group. We have our finger on that pulse. We're online constantly. And we have periodicals also that come out once a week to where we can keep an eye on that. And then when all else fails, the magic of eBay completed auctions oftentimes comes into play.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Yeah, I can see that. That's a market there. You can
Yep.
see the market. If you just joined us, folks, we're talking with Shane Socash, David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin. He's the owner and a longtime friend of the show. We talk a lot about gold, silver, platinum, diversification of your assets, and more and more people have been moving to having at least some gold. And I hear also, Shane, I like to kind of warn people about these different scams. You see them online, you see them sometimes even with the TV side. You see these different places where it's like you invest in gold, but you actually hold the paper. Do a lot of the experts say you actually want to have the physical gold in your hand? I mean, if something were to happen, EMP attack, there's a lot of variables that are coming into play. You want to have that gold in your possession, don't you?
Well, so that's what we do. I stop short of saying that the paper gold is a scam of any type. I mean, we have stocks and bonds on paper essentially, and they're not really scams. It's not my field of expertise. I don't think it's necessarily a scam, but a lot of what people are looking for when they buy gold is something that they can keep in a safe deposit box or bury in the yard, as we've talked about, that in case of an emergency, they have some easy-to-access stored wealth. And that's where we come into play.
Right, exactly. You have some stored wealth. And, it was interesting, too. The political campaigns have kicked off, and it was interesting because Trump had mentioned he is totally against and will not allow for a United States currency as far as a digital coin. Did you see that in the news lately?
I did see that, yeah. So it's interesting, and it's definitely something that scares a lot of the folks that I see in the store. So
yeah, I mean, that's another threat. I mean, if you look at the threats on our American way of life, or our currencies, is particularly what we're talking about, store wealth. How do you store wealth? Well, these fiat currencies are kind of in jeopardy, especially printing as much money as we have. And the Washington D.C. politics has gotten out of hand, both sides of the aisle, just printing way too much money, spending way too much money, sending too much money overseas. But we like to talk about what you can do here on a local level, ways that you can protect yourself and be your consumer advocate. So we're talking with Shane Socash. He's the owner of David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin. Shane, you got a great location there in Pinellas, Central Ave. Tell us about people can come in and what kind of experience they'll have.
Yeah, so we've been here forever. Just pull into our parking lot at the corner of Central Avenue and 40th Street and come in, and whatever you got, you'll be greeted with one of our friendly folks, and we'll help you through whether you're buying a diamond or a piece of jewelry, a gift for someone, or you have a little box like everyone does of things you're not really sure what the values are, we'll methodically sort through and tell you what the values are.
And I tell you what, February 14th is right around the corner, Shane. People need to get in there and do some really unique. You can do the design work too, so you could really become out a superstar with your significant other.
It really it doesn't take much. Again, I told you the story about my accountant. He buys a little band, and his wife is just floored, and it was a beautiful ring, but it wasn't tremendously expensive. And I mean, she just talks and talks and talks about it.
Oh, that's awesome. Very good, my friend. So website, online, David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin?
Absolutely, David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.
All right, good stuff. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with us here, Shane. We appreciate it.
Always appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, my pleasure. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back more with Alex Lima, Black Belt Fitness and Martial Arts. We're going to talk about self-defense, situational awareness, and also kicking it back to the old school. We're going to talk about founding of our country. We got an interesting tape we're going to play here coming up. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you've been listening to the phenomenal Brandon Rhymes, the Consumer Quarterback.